Good morning, basketball fans, and welcome to this morning's middle school girls basketball matchup between the Hazen Union Wildcats 7th and 8th grade girls basketball team and the Danville Indians 7th and 8th grade girls basketball team. Out there to start for Hazen is number 1, Bailey, number 3, Natalie, number 10, Maddie, number 13, Brianna, and number 35, Julia. And for Danville, number 10, Maya, number 20, Kendall, number 24, Lindsay, number 42, Lauren, and number 50, Phoebe. Hazen will be wearing blue, going right to left on your screen in the first half. Danville is in their home white, moving from left to right on your screen in the first half. Opening tip is controlled by Hazen. This is Bailey with the basketball. She looks to pass up to her teammate. Brianna goes off her foot, out of bounds. It'll be a turnover to Danville. Lauren inbounds to Lindsay, gives it back to Lauren, who will bring it up the floor for Danville. She passes over to Kendall. Kendall gets it to Lindsay. Ball is back to Kendall, over to Lauren on the left-hand side. Passes into Phoebe, looks to drive to the basket. Ball's on the floor. Danville player out of bounds. It'll be a turnover back to Hazen. Bailey swings it over to the left-hand side. Ball knocked away by Maya of Danville. It's going to go off of a Hazen player. Basketball back over to Danville on the side. Lauren gets the ball across half court for Danville. Looks for Lindsay on the near side. Swings it back to Lauren on the baseline. She drives into the right, throws up a shot. A little short off the backboard. Rebound pulled down by Hazen. Ball knocked out of bounds by Danville. It'll stay with Hazen. Bailey to inbound for the Wildcats. Looks to get it inside. Ball's knocked around. Two players fighting for it. Lindsay picks it up for Danville, gets it up to Kendall, who's going to bring it up the floor for Danville. She swings it over to Lindsay, back to Kendall, over to Lauren. Ball is passed inside to Maya, drives towards the paint. Throws it over to Kendall, throws up a shot just outside the foul line, a little short. Rebound pulled down by Hazen. This is number 1, Bailey, going coast to coast for the basket and the foul. Hazen gets on the board first. Count the basket for Bailey. She'll get 1 foul shot. Her shot is up. Off the side rim, rebound pulled down by Maya of Danville. Gets it up to Lauren. Lauren brings it across the timeline for Danville. Swings it over to Lindsay, back over to Lauren, now to Kendall, back to Lauren. She dribbles baseline, throws up a shot, off the glass and in. We're tied at 2 with 4:24 to go in the first quarter. Bailey bringing the ball up the floor for Hazen. Passes over to the far side corner. Fighting for it, Brianna and Lauren of Danville. It's going to have a jump ball. The possession arrow favors Danville. We have 2 subs checking in for Hazen. As soon as I can see their numbers. Number 2, Rebecca, is in, and number 25, Sadie, into the game for the Wildcats. Lauren brings the ball up the floor for Danville, swings it over to Maya on the near side. Back to the top of the key, Lauren dribbles in. At the foul line, looking inside for Kendall. Nice defense played by Bailey there. Danville able to get the ball back. Lauren resets the offense, finds Maya on the right. Back to Lauren, looks to dribble into the left. We'll have another jump ball. This one is going to go back to Hazen. Checking in for Hazen is number 12, Isabel. This is Natalie bringing the ball up the floor for the Wildcats. Swings it over to the left to Bailey. She gets it over to Isabel at the top of the key. Back to Bailey, looks to drive right. Her shot is blocked out of bounds by Lindsay. It'll stay here with Hazen. Checking in for Hazen, number to Rebecca. Isabel with it, looks to drive back to the right. She's into the key, throws up a shot just inside the foul line. Off the backboard, no good. Rebound pulled down by Lindsay. She outlets to Lauren, who's going to bring it up the floor for Danville. Driving to her right, finds Lindsay on the near side. Lindsay looks inside the paint to Maya. Some nice defense being played by Rebecca of Hazen. Ball's on the floor, picked up by Maya, dribbling to her right. Throws up a shot from the elbow, goes in. Danville takes their first lead of the morning at 4-2 with 2:58 to go in the first quarter. Rebecca gets it up to Isabel. Scans the defense. She finds her teammate, Bailey, on the right-hand side. Look to pass it into the post. We're going to have a 3-second call on Hazen. The ball will be turned back over to Danville. Checking in for Danville is number 43, Alina Britton. Lauren brings it up the floor for Danville, crosses over, swings it to Lindsay, who looks to go to the right, guarded by Bailey, throws it into Maya. Her shot off the backboard and in. Danville takes a 6-2 lead, 2:30 to go in the first quarter. We'll have a 30-second timeout for Hazen. With 2:29 to go in the first quarter, Danville leads 6-2. Welcome back, basketball fans. It's Hazen ball on the side as they get it in, trailing 6-2. Natalie has it at the top of the key. She drives to her left. She's into the lane, looks for a teammate. That ball is over to Julia, throws up a shot just short. She grabs her own rebound, gets it over to Natalie. Isabel has it, driving to her right, comes back to the left. Dumps it inside to number 25. Her shot is up. That shot was no good for Sadie. Nice rebound pull down. We're going to have a foul called here. We're going to have Sadie going to the line for 2 shots. Last foul was on number 24, Lindsay, her first of the game for Danville, which now has 2 team fouls. Sadie's first shot is just a little bit short. She'll get 1 more. 2 subs into the game for Hazen. 1 sub into the game at the moment. Maddie checks back in. We'll have a sub coming in for the shooter. On that last shot, there was a violation. A Danville player stepped into the lane too early, so Sadie will get 1 more foul shot. Shot is up just a little bit short. Checking in for Hazen is number 4, Gracie. Lauren has the ball for Danville. She swings it over to Kendall. Kendall over to Lindsay on the near side. Looks to dump it inside to Maya. Ball just out of her reach, out of bounds, turned back over to Hazen. Natalie brings the ball up the floor for the Wildcats, drives to her right. Gonna go all the way. Her shot just a little bit short, rebound pulled down by Alina of Danville. She gets it to Lindsay, up to Kendall, who gets it across half court. Looking inside to Maya. It's gonna stay with Danville, last touch by Hazen. Lauren looking to inbound. She finds Lindsay in the corner. Dumps it inside to Alina. Looks to go up for a shot. Looks to pass out to her teammate. Threw it out of bounds. Is gonna go back over to Hazen. Checking in for Hazen, number 23, Madeline. Natalie with the ball for Hazen, across half court. Gonna go to her left this time. Gets it over to Madeline. She looks inside. Ball knocked away nicely by Kendall. It'll stay here with Hazen. Checking in for Danville, number 22, Michaela Wetherell. This will be Rebecca to inbound for Hazen. Finds Madeline on the left-hand side, back to the top of the key. Natalie has it now. She's looking to drive to her right. Passes off to Rebecca. Look to get it inside to Gracie. Fights for the ball, throws up a shot just a little bit long. Nice rebound pulled down by Michaela of Danville, who gets it over to Lauren, coming down the right-hand side. Now over to Lindsay. Looks to get it into Michaela. Swings it back out to Lindsay. She gives it over to Lauren back at the top of the key for Danville. She's going to reset the offense. Gets a screen from Lindsay. Swings it to Michaela. Looks inside to Maya. Ball's knocked away by Maddie of Hazen, who outlets to her point guard Natalie, bringing it up the floor for the Wildcats to her right. She's going to get fouled on her way to the basket. Okay, last foul was on number 43, Alina, her first of the game, Danville's third. Hazen's ball under the basket, 37 seconds to go in the first quarter. Maddie drives to the lane, she's gonna be fouled. They're gonna call it on the floor. That last foul was on number 22, Michaela, her first, Danville's fourth. Hazen will inbound again, 33 seconds to go. On the inbound, we're gonna have another foul called on Danville. This will be their fifth foul of the first half, second on Michaela. Hazen looking to inbound. Ball gets into Maddie, throws up a shot just short off the rim. Rebound pulled in by Natalie, her shot a little bit long. Offensive rebound by Maddie off the glass and in. Danville leads 6-4, 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Lauren has it for Danville, looks inside to Michaela, throws up a shot just outside of the lane. A little strong, last touched by Danville. The ball will be back over to Hazen with 13 seconds to go in the first quarter. Checking in for Danville, number 23, Kaylee Goodsell. Danville going to put a little full court pressure on. Hazen running their press break. Natalie has it. She drives to her right as she gets across half court. Looks to go in for the layup. Offensive rebound pulled in by Madeline. Gets it into Maddie. 2 seconds to go in the quarter. 1 second. Shot is up. A little bit short from Natalie there. And the first quarter will end with the score. Danville 6, Hazen 4. We'll be right back with the second quarter action. All right, basketball fans, welcome back as we start the second quarter. It will be Hazen's basketball. Danville holds a 6-4 lead. Inbounding for Hazen, Isabel, she gets it over to Bailey. Looks to go to the right. Some nice defense from Alina Breton. Gets the steal. She's going to be fouled on her way down the floor. That last foul on number 13, Brianna, her first, Hazen's first of the game. Lindsay looks to get it into Lauren. Stolen away by number 12, Isabel, but she traveled before she could get the ball down. Ball will go back over to Danville. Lindsay looks to get in, and this time she'll get it to Kendall. Ball knocked away by Isabel of Hazen, and then knocked out of bounds by Danville. The ball will go over to Hazen. Danville back with more full court pressure. Hazen will look to break it. Ball knocked away, but it'll stay Hazen. Last touch by Danville. Madeline to inbound for the Wildcats. She gets it into Isabel, who gets it up to Julia. Julia drives in, goes up for the layup, no good. Rebound pulled in by Lindsay, outlets to Maya, over to Lauren. She throws it down to Kendall, looking to drive to the right. Her layup is up a little too strong. Rebound bounces around. It's going to be controlled by Hazen. Bailey grabs it. She's tied up by Lauren. The possession arrow will favor Danville. Danville has it under the basket. 5:24 to go in the second quarter, leading 6-4. Lauren looks to inbound. She tries to get it into Maya. Maya has it now. Swings it out to Alina at the foul line. Over to Kendall. Drives the left side baseline. Shot is up. Bounces around. No good. Rebound pulled in by Bailey of Hazen. She's going to bring it up the floor for the Wildcats. Head of steam on the right-hand side. Ball is over to Brianna. Now Isabel has it. Ball stolen away by Alina Britton. She gets it over to Lauren. She's going to drive to her right and find Lindsay, who has it now for Danville. Lindsay looks inside to Maya. Pass just out of her reach, but Maya's able to control it before the ball goes out of bounds. Dribbles in for a layup. A little bit short. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Hazen. 2 subs coming in for the Wildcats. It looks like we have number 3, Natalie, back into the game, and number 11, Jenna, into the game. Lauren looks to inbound to Maya, guarded by Jenna. Maya back to Lauren on the baseline. Her pass knocked away, gathered in by Lindsay. Back to Lauren, drives baseline right. Look to throw up a shot. She's going to be fouled before the shot. Last foul one on number I'm not quite sure. I think it was number 1. Ball into Lindsay Ladley of Danville. She throws up a layup. It goes in. Danville takes an 8-4 lead. Hazen looking to inbound the ball on the far side. Ball knocked away by Danville. It'll be Hazen's under the basket now. Checking back in for Hazen, number 2, Rebecca. Hazen will look to inbound. Ball gets into Julia. She looks to drive baseline. She's going to be fouled by Kendall of Danville. That'll be Danville's 6th of the half. The next one will put Hazen in a 1-on-1 bonus situation. Hazen looks to inbound. Falls into Julia. Throws up a shot. Partially blocked. Rebound by Alina. She gets it up to Lauren, who's going to bring it up the floor for Danville. She looks to Alina on the baseline. Ball is knocked away by Jenna of Hazen. Kendall has it, drives baseline, throws up a shot a little bit short. Rebound pulled in by Bailey of Hazen. Maya fighting for it for Danville, throws it inside. Kendall able to control it, throws up a shot. No good. The rebound pulled down by Rebecca of Hazen. She outlets to Natalie, who will bring it up the floor for the Wildcats. She looks to go to her right, finds Julia inside the lane, throws up a layup. It's blocked, but a foul is going to be called. This will send number 35, Julia, to the line for Hazen for 2 shots. That last foul was number 3 on Kendall of Danville, and the 7th team foul of the half for Danville. First shot is up, rolls around, no good. Checking in for Danville, number 50, Phoebe. Second shot up, and it's in. We'll have a sub checking in for Hazen. Number 10, Maddie, back into the game. Danville leads 8-5, 3:39 to go in the second quarter. Lauren brings the ball up the floor for Danville. Gets it over to Maya on the right-hand side. Dribbling into the baseline, finds Lindsay on the baseline. Lauren drives into the baseline, shot up, no good. Rebound from Maddie of Hazen. She's able to outlet the ball to Bailey. She's gonna drive to her right. Nice pass inside to number 11, Jenna. Her shot a little bit long. Bailey controls the rebound, gets it to her teammate. Shot is up off the rim, no good. Lindsay pulls it in for Danville. She's gonna try to break down the floor for the Indians. She gets it to Alina, throws up a shot on the right-hand side. No good, the rebound down to Maddie of Hazen. She outlets to Bailey. Bailey finds Natalie, drives in, right-handed layup off the glass and in. Hazen pulls to within 1, 8-7. Danville leads with 2:40 to go in the second quarter. Lauren has it top of the key for Danville. Swings it to Maya. Maya looks over the defense, finds her teammate Lindsay cutting on the baseline. Lindsay gets it to Lauren. Lauren has it on the elbow inside the lane. Pass stolen away by Maddie of Hazen. She's going to be fouled. That foul is going to be Danville's 8th, so it'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Maddie of Hazen. That last foul went on number 10 of Danville, Maya, her first. Maddie's shot is up. No good off the side rim. Rebound pulled in by Phoebe. Lindsay looks to get the ball up the floor to Maya. Maya dumps it into Phoebe off her hands. Rebound pulled in by Lauren. We're going to have a timeout called on the floor for Danville. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. With 2:13 to go in the first half, Danville holds an 8-7 lead. Out of the timeout, it'll be Danville's basketball under the basket, holding a 1-point lead with just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. Lauren to inbound for Danville. She looks to get it into Maya. Throws up a shot off the glass a little too strong. Rebound rolls around. It's pulled in by Maya. She looks to dump it into Lindsay, who gets it to Phoebe. Phoebe's going to be fouled under the basket. The ball will stay with Danville. Last foul was on number 10, Maddie of Hazen. That's her first and Hazen's 4th of the half. Lauren's inbound pass knocked back out of bounds, but Lauren touched it before re-establishing position. The ball will go back over to Hazen. Maddie looks to inbound for Hazen. Pass a little bit too strong. It'll go out of bounds, turn back over to Danville. Lauren inbounds to Lindsay. She looks to dump it into Maya in the lane. Shot goes up a little bit short off the rim. Rebound pulled in by Hazen. Nice rebound there for Sadie. She gets it up to Natalie. She's going to drive to her right. Throws up a shot on the baseline. A little strong. A nice rebound from Phoebe of Danville there. Ball rolls around on the floor. 2 players fighting for it. It'll be Lauren of Danville coming out with the ball. Outlets long to Maya. Shot off the glass a little strong. Rebound to Phoebe. Her shot a little short. Rebound pulled in by number 25, Sadie of Hazen, who outlets it to Natalie, who's going to fly up the floor for the Wildcats. She's on the right-hand side. Looks to find Maddie at the top of the key. Maddie gets it over to Rebecca. Looks to dump it inside to Sadie, who's able to control the ball. Swings it back up to the top of the key. Natalie has it. Looks to swing to Madeline. Ball is stolen away by Maya of Danville. Going down the right-hand side, throws up a layup a little strong. Offensive rebound for Alina. Her shot no good. Lindsay offensive rebound no good. Maya offensive rebound. Her shot is also no good. The ball will stay with Danville, and we have 2 subs checking in for Hazen. Number 4, Gracie, back into the game, and number 12, Isabel, back into the game for the Wildcats. Lauren with a nice inbound pass to Maya. Her shot blocked by number 25, Sadie. Ball stays here with Danville. 2 subs checking in, 1 for each team. For Danville, number 23, Kaylee Goodsell, and for Hazen, number 11, Jenna. Lauren looks to inbound. She gets it to Alina on the baseline. Her shot is tied up, and the possession arrow favors Hazen. Some nice defense there from Gracie. Isabel looks to get the ball up the floor for Hazen. Looks to find a teammate. She gets it over to the right to Gracie. Back to Isabel. Crosses over top of the key. Gets a screen from Madeline. Looks like she picked up her feet. She's going to be called for a travel there. With 30 seconds to go in the second quarter, Danville has the ball, leading 8-7. Lauren brings the ball up the floor for Danville. Alina Britton has it now. Back to Lauren. She's going to try a 3-pointer. And it's good. Danville takes an 11-7 lead with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Isabel brings the ball up the floor for the Wildcats. Now 10 seconds to go in the half. Finds Madeline. Ball knocked away by Maya with 4 seconds to go. Finds Lindsay. Throws it up. A long shot. Just a little bit short as the buzzer sounds for halftime. At the half, we have Danville leading 11-7. All right, basketball fans, welcome back for the second half of this morning's middle school girls basketball game between Hazen and Danville. Out of the half, in this half, Danville will be going from right to left on your screen. Hazen will be going from left to right. Danville has an 11-7 lead as we kick off the second half action. Lauren has it for Danville. She swings it over to Phoebe. Phoebe looks to get it inside. She's going to be fouled on the arm. Last foul was on number 10, Maddie of Hazen, her third, team's first of the half. Lauren has it for Danville. She gets it over to Lindsay on the right-hand side. Back to Lauren, top of the key. Swings it over to Kendall, looks to drive left-hand side. Kendall picks up her dribble just inside the three-point line. Looks to get over to Lauren. She's tied up by Brianna of Hazen. That'll be a jump ball, and the possession will go back over to Hazen. Correction on that last foul, that was only Maddie's second of the game. Hazen's first of the half. Pass stolen away by Maya Morgan of Danville. Looks to go up for a shot. Just a little bit short. Gets her own rebound. Throws it back up. Ball bounces around. Pulled in by Phoebe of Danville. Her shot a little bit short. We'll have another jump ball under the hoop. This one will stay with Danville. Checking back in for the Wildcats, number 2, Rebecca. She has the ball here, and it's going to be bumped and fouled on the inbounds. Last foul went on Kendall of Danville. That's her fourth and the team's first of the half. Maddie will inbound near side for Hazen, looking to break the press. Ball goes off of Bailey's hands, and it'll go back over to Danville under the basket. Lauren to inbound for Danville. She finds Alina on the baseline. Her shot just off the back iron, no good. Rebound pulled in by Bailey of Hazen. Streaking down the right-hand side, looks to go coast to coast. It's going to be called for a travel before she's able to pass it to her teammate. Checking back in for Hazen, number 25, Sadie. Lauren will bring the ball up the floor for Danville. Crosses over, gets the ball to Lindsay, who drives to her right. Looks to get it into Lauren on the inside. Ball is stolen away by Maddie of Hazen. Passes up to Bailey. Nice pass inside to her teammate. Throws it up off the glass. 2 points for Sadie, and Hazen. Score is now 11-9 Danville with 4:44 to go in the third quarter. Lauren gets it across the timeline for Danville. Finds Phoebe on the right-hand side. She looks to drive to her right. Spins, throws it back to Lauren. Right-hand baseline. Guarded by 2 Asian defenders. She gets the ball back from her teammate. She's going to be fouled on her drive to the basket. The ball will be Danville's under the hoop. Last foul went on number 13, Brianna of Hazen. That is her first foul and the second on Hazen in the half. Checking back in for Hazen is number 4, Gracie. This will be Bailey bringing the ball up the floor for Hazen. Swings it over to Rebecca. Gets it inside to Maddie. Ball bounces off her shoes. And we'll have a jump ball. 2 players fighting for it. Underneath there, the ball will go back over to Danville. Lauren brings it across half court. Looks inside for her teammate Lindsay. Just inside the foul line. Shot is up and in. The hoop and the foul. She'll get 1 foul shot. Foul went on number 1, Bailey. It'll be Lindsay Lavley to shoot 1 foul shot. Her shot is up, a little bit strong. Rebound bounces around, last touch by Hazen. It'll stay with Danville. The last foul was Bailey's second, team's second of the half. Danville leads 13-9, 4:11 to go in the third quarter. As Lauren inbounds to Maya, her shot blocked from behind. Rebound pulled in by Maddie of Hazen. She gets it over to Natalie, who drives up the floor for the Wildcats. Over to Maddie. She swings it over to Gracie. Gracie dumps it inside to Sadie. Back to Gracie. Her shot is up a little bit short. Rebound on the floor, tied up by 2 players. It'll stay here with Hazen. Wildcats looking to inbound. Pass knocked around. Whistle blew. I couldn't hear who that last. It's going to stay here with Hazen, it looks like. Checking back in for Danville, number 22, Michaela. Hazen looks to inbound under their own basket. Nice inbound pass. Oh, just skipped away from a teammate. Alina looks to pick it up for Danville. She's trailed by a few Hazen defenders. Rebound is knocked out of bounds by Danville. It'll go back over to Hazen. Checking back in for Hazen, number 11, Jenna. She'll look to inbound as Hazen will try to break Danville's press. She gets it over to Gracie. Dribbles up the right-hand side of the floor. Swings it over to Natalie, who has it on the right-hand side. She's guarded by Lauren. Natalie drives to her right. Throws up a shot from the baseline. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, 2-3 players going after it. Controlled by Hazen. Shot a little bit long from Natalie. Lena has the rebound. She gets it to Lindsay. Lindsay looks to break out for Danville. A nice steal there from Rebecca underneath her own basket. She outlets to Natalie, who goes down the left side this time. Layup is blocked by Lindsay. Lauren has it for Danville, going the other way now, down the right-hand side. Some nice defense from Jenna of Hazen. We're going to have a reach-in foul called. That'll be the first foul on Jenna, 3rd on Hazen for the half. Inbound pass was knocked away, so we'll do that again. Lauren looks to get it in. Another inbound pass knocked away. Danville will try to get it in again. Pass into Phoebe. Crocker under the basket. Looks to swing it to Maya. It's going to be last touch by Danville. Ball back over to Hazen. Ball is inbounded to Gracie. She brings it up the right-hand side for the Wildcats. Dumps it inside to Sadie. She'll go up for a right-handed shot off the glass and in. Danville leads 13-11, 2:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. Danville brings the ball back across half court. Pass just a little strong. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Danville. Back over to Hazen. Checking back in for the Wildcats is number 35, Julia. Inbound pass knocked away by 2 Danville defenders. It'll kick over to Rebecca of Hazen. She gets it to Natalie, who drives up the right-hand side. She looks inside to Julia. Sadie, who throws up a shot a little bit strong. Julia does pull down the rebound. Her shot is a little bit short. Rebound to Alina Britton. She is going to get it to Maya, who's tied up. The jump ball will go to Danville. Maya inbounds to Lauren. She brings it across half court for Danville. Swings it over to the right-hand side. This is Phoebe with it, driving to her right. Back to the top of the key. Lauren inside to the foul line to Maya. Back out to Lauren. Drives in. Right-hand elbow shot a little strong. Rebound pulled in by Gracie of Hazen. She throws it up the floor looking for Julia. A little bit too far out of her reach. The ball will be turned back over to Danville. 2 subs into the game, 1 for each team. For Hazen, number 23, Madeline is back in, and for Danville, number 23, Kaylee is back into the game. Lauren swings it over to the right. Phoebe's going to look to drive to her right. Throws up a shot from the baseline. A little bit strong. Ball fought for and pulled out of the fray by number 3, Natalie of Hazen, down the right-hand side. She's going to be fouled on her way to the basket by Danville's Alina. Two subs in for Hazen. Number 1, Bailey back into the game. And number 12, Isabel back into the game. Bailey looks to inbound. She's able to get it into Madeline. She's looking to swing it back to Bailey on the right-hand side. Drives baseline right. She's going to be fouled on her way to the basket. Last foul went on number 43, Alina Britton, her third, team's third. Checking back in for the Wildcats, number 10, Maddie, and they'll look to inbound under the basket. Ball gets into Isabel, shows up a layup, bounces twice off the rim, no good. Bailey pulls in the rebound, crosses over, looks to get it inside. She's going to swing it back up to the top of the key to Madeline. She gets it to Isabel. Ball is stolen away by Maya of Danville. Gets it over to Phoebe. Took one too many steps on her way to the basket. It'll be a travel turn back over to Danville. Number 24, Lindsay, will check back in for Danville. And this is Bailey bringing the ball up the floor for Hazen. Bailey looks to go right, gets a screen from Madeline. She decides to go back to her left. Picks up her dribble. Looks for Isabel, who controls the ball on the left-hand side. Gets the ball into Maddie. We get a whistle and a push called. The last foul was on number 50 of Danville, Phoebe Crocker. Her first shot by Maddie is up a little bit short. Lindsay has it for Danville. Looks to outlet up to Maya. She's able to save it. Back to Lindsay. Lindsay gets it to Kaylee. Kaylee to Phoebe. Phoebe will be fouled under the basket. Last foul was on number 10 of Hazen on Maddie, her third, team's fourth. Checking back in for the Wildcats, number 13, Brianna. Danville will look to inbound. Lindsay gets it into Lauren, throws up a layup, a little bit short off the glass. Rebound is pulled in by Hazen and controlled by number 12, Isabel. She's coming down the left-hand side with a head of steam, throws up a layup. It's in, and we're tied at 13 with 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Lauren has it for Danville. She gets it to Phoebe on the right. Looks to drive into her right. Throws up a shot from the baseline, rolls around and just out. Rebound fought for underneath. It's Lindsay with it right now for Danville. She pulls it back out, tries a shot from the baseline. It's blocked by Isabel. This rebound is pulled in by number 13, Brianna of Hazen, who's going to be fouled under their own basket. That last foul was Phoebe Crocker's second, the team's fifth. Hazen has the ball with 10 seconds to go. We're tied at 13 as the third quarter ticks down. A long outlet pass out to Brianna, driving down the left-hand side. Going to be called for a carry. Ball back over to Danville now with 7 seconds to go in the third quarter. Lauren has it for Danville. Looking to go down the right-hand side. 3 seconds to go. Throws up a shot a little bit long. Phoebe pulls in the rebound. Lindsay's shot's going to be after the buzzer, so it won't count. And then at the end of the third quarter, we are all tied at 13. We'll be back in just a moment with the fourth quarter action between Hazen and Danville. Welcome back, basketball fans. As we start the fourth quarter, it will be Hazen's basketball. We are all tied at 13 as we start the fourth quarter of play. Scorers just getting together to make sure we have the foul count correct. Both teams have 5 team fouls as we enter the fourth quarter. Inbound pass is stolen away by Kendall of Danville. She looks to go to her right. Ball bounces around underneath. Lauren has it. She gets it back to Kendall on the right-hand baseline. Back to Lauren at the three-point line. She drives in. Her floater is up a little bit long. Rebound pulled in by Natalie of Hazen. Looking to bring it up the floor for the Wildcats. She swings it over to Isabel at the top of the key. Dribbles in left hand. Swings it into Julia. Her shot is up a little bit short. Lindsay with the rebound for Danville. Over to Lauren, who gets it across half court for the Indians. She swings it to Lindsay. Back to Lauren. Gets a screen. Looks to dump it inside to Phoebe. Her pass is knocked away. Phoebe has it on the floor, and we're going to have a timeout called by Danville, a 30-second timeout with 5:15 to go in the fourth. Danville 13, Hazen 13. Out of the timeout, Danville has it on their sideline. Lauren inbounds the ball to Kendall on the right. Gives it back to Lauren. Lauren will bring it up to the top of the key. Swings it to Maya. Looks to drive into her left. She swings it over to Kendall. Shot from the elbow, just a little bit short. Maya looks to save the rebound and does, but it goes right to Bailey of Hazen. She's going to break down the right-hand side. Throws up a layup. It rolls around and in. Hazen takes the lead, 15-13, 4:48 to go in the fourth quarter. Lauren has it for Danville, looking to go right, gives it to Lindsay. Back to Lauren, gets a screen to the baseline. Phoebe, jumper, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled in by number 3, Natalie of Hazen. Fights for control, gets it over to her teammate. Shot from the elbow is just a little bit short. From Brianna, the rebound is pulled down by Lindsay of Danville. Going to her right. Cut off on the baseline by Bailey. She looks to swing it back out to Lauren. She's going to try her luck on the right-hand side. Gets it into Kendall at the elbow. Ball knocked away by Bailey of Hazen. Going down the right-hand side. Throws up a layup. She's fouled. Layup is no good. She'll have 2 shots upcoming. Two shots upcoming for Bailey. The last foul was on number 24 of Danville, Lindsay. Bailey's first shot is up and in. That last foul was Lindsay's second, Danville's 6th of the half. So Hazen will be shooting 1-1 the rest of the way. 3 subs in for Hazen. Number 4, Gracie. Number 2, Rebecca. And number 25, Sadie. Second shot for Bailey. Up off the rim, bounces around, no good. Rebound can't be controlled by Kendall of Danville. It'll stay with Hazen, which now holds a 16-13 lead. Just over 4 minutes to go in the fourth. Hazen looks to inbound. Ball is into Gracie on the right-hand side. Dumps it in to Sadie. Her shot comes up a little bit short. Ball bounces around. It's going to be last touched by Hazen. Back over to Danville. Lauren brings the ball up the floor for Danville. Spins to her left, gets it over to Maya. Back to Lauren. Into Kendall on the baseline. Her jumper is good. Count the 2 there for Kendall Hale. Danville now trails 16-15, 3:38 to go. Gracie has the ball for Hazen. She swings it over to Bailey. Bailey looks to swing it inside to Natalie. Back to Bailey. Stolen away by Lindsay of Danville. Throws it up to Maya just off her fingertips. Tries to save it, but it's going to go out of bounds back over to Hazen. Hazen has it, leading 16-15, 3:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Turnaround jumper from Natalie, a little bit short. A nice offensive rebound for Rebecca. Ball bounces around inside the paint, pulled down by Lindsay of Danville. Ball stolen back by Rebecca of Hazen. She gets it over to Bailey, who's coming down the right-hand side with it. Looks to dump it into the lane. No one home. Ball stolen by Maya of Danville. And we'll have a whistle. Looks like a foul. Is going to be called on Hazen's number 4, Gracie. So Danville will keep possession. A little confusion on whether that was going to be 1-and-1 or not, but that is only the 6th foul on Hazen. So the next foul will put Danville into the bonus. Hazen applying a little full court pressure here. Lauren to inbound, she gets it over to Kendall. Kendall brings it up the right-hand side for Danville. Back to Lauren. Lauren looks to swing it to Maya, a little bit out of her reach. Ball's gonna go out of bounds, back over to Hazen. We're gonna have a timeout here called by Hazen's coach. Full timeout with Hazen leading 16-15, 2:50 to go in the fourth quarter. All right, welcome back, basketball fans. Out of the timeout, 2:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Hazen leads 16-15 with the ball. Both teams have 6 team fouls, so we'll be shooting 1-and-1 on the next foul for each team. Lindsay Lavley steals the ball away for Danville on the inbound. She gets it to Kendall Hale, throws it up to Maya. Ball is knocked away by Rebecca of Hazen. It'll stay here with Danville. Danville has it on their sideline. Looking to inbound is Lauren. Gets it into Kendall. Kendall looks to swing it back to Lauren, but it's going to be knocked away by Hazen. Regathered in by Lauren of Danville. She gets it over to the right-hand side. Kendall pulls up from just outside the paint. Her shot a little bit short. Rebound pulled in by Gracie of Hazen. She's going down the left-hand side. She's going to look to go coast to coast. We'll have a timeout called by Hazen. Looks like a 30-second timeout. Checking back in during that timeout for Danville is number 43, Alina. We now have 2:16 to go in the game. Hazen still holds a 16-15 lead. It'll be their ball under their offensive basket. All right, Hazen's basketball under their offensive basket. 1-point lead, 2:16 to go in the game. It'll be Sadie to inbound for the Wildcats. guarded by Phoebe of Danville. She gets it into Isabel. Ball is stolen away by Lindsay of Danville. Down the right-hand side. Looks to kick the ball back up to Lauren. Just inside the three-point line. Her shot is up and in. Danville retakes the lead. 17-16. 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Isabel has it for Hazen. Looking to go left. Drives in baseline. Throws up a layup. She's fouled on her way to the basket. She'll head to the line for 2 shots. Last foul was on number 24, Lindsay of Danville. First foul shot is up and in for Isabel. We're tied again at 17. That last foul was Lindsay's 3rd and Danville's 7th of the half. Checking back in for the Wildcats, number 10, Maddie. Isabel's 2nd shot is up and also in. Hazen retakes the lead, 18-17, 1:55 to go in the fourth. Number 1, Bailey checks back in for the Wildcats. This will be Lauren bringing the ball up the floor for Danville. Dumps it into top of the key to Maya. Back out to Lindsay. Over to Lauren. Lauren looks to drive in. She's cut off by 2 defenders. She gets it over to Phoebe on the right-hand side. Puts the ball on the floor. Looks to throw up a shot. Instead, she swings it out to Lauren from inside the key. Off the glass, a little strong. Rebound down to Maya. Her shot a little short. Lindsay saves it right to Hazen defender. And we'll have a jump ball called. Possession arrow favors Danville. We'll have a sub checking in for Hazen. This is number 35, Julia. Danville looking to inbound. Lauren gets it into Alina. Back to Lauren. Swings it to Maya at the top of the key. Maya gets it back to Lauren, near side. Back to Lindsay, back to Lauren. Drives to her right. Swings it to Phoebe on the baseline. Shot a little strong off the glass. Rebound from Alina Britton. Her shot is up and good. Danville retakes the lead, 19-18. 1 minute to go in the fourth quarter. Bailey down the right side for Hazen. Dumps it inside. They're going to call a foul on the floor against Danville. So this will put Hazen's Bailey at the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. The last foul was on number 24, Lindsay, her 4th, Danville's 8th. Bailey at the line to shoot 1 for Hazen. Her shot is in, so she'll get another. We are tied again at 19. Checking back in for Danville is number 20, Kendall. Bailey shooting 1 for Hazen. Her shot is up and in. Hazen retakes the lead, 20-19, 59.4 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Lauren has it for Danville. She dumps it inside to Phoebe. Phoebe goes up for a layup. Oh, in and out. Rebound pulled down by Rebecca. She's tied up by Maya of Danville. This time the possession arrow favors Hazen. Hazen has it with 49 seconds to go, holding a 1-point lead. And we'll have a timeout called by Hazen's coach. With 49 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, Hazen has the ball, up 20-19. All right, basketball fans, out of the timeout with 49 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Hazen has the ball under their own basket with a 1-point lead. The ball is in to Natalie. She throws it up to Rebecca on the right-hand side. Looks to dump it into the lane. Ball is corralled in. Back to Rebecca. Her shot is up, partially blocked. Maya grabs it for Danville. She's racing down the right-hand side. Swings it out to Alina, pulls up for two. No good, long off the glass. Rebound pulled in by Maddie of Hazen. She is able to outlet it to Bailey with 26 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Bailey driving to the right on the baseline, swings it back out. Shot up by Natalie, a little bit strong. Rebound rolls around, it's controlled by Kendall, who has it with 13 seconds to go in the fourth. Tries to get it up to Maya, it bounces off a Hazen defender, stolen away by Bailey. She's gonna be fouled just across after. They're gonna call, nope, they're gonna call no foul. The ball out of bounds, back over to Danville. 6.5 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Danville trails by 1. Ball is into Lauren. Gets it across half court. She looks to swing it over to Alina. Ball goes out of bounds, back over to Hazen with 0.6 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Maddie to inbound for Hazen. Gets it in to her teammate Natalie. The horn will sound, and at the end of the game, we have a score of Hazen 20, Danville 19.